Alright, what's up, Dragon Brood? Today we're taking a look at a crazy deck. It's going to be about blinking all these crazy things and trying to get some great value. And blink decks have been pretty fun before, so I'm hoping this one falls in line with that. This is one, I swear I saw the base for this somewhere that I just had kind of sitting in my deck queue for, I don't know, 3 weeks or so now. But we'll get into it, and I think you'll like this one quite a bit. So, starting with 3 steps ahead, we are going to have lots of mana available, so no surprise we're going to be playing some counters. Now, Parting Gust is one of the new cards that's actually pretty interesting because you can blink one of your own cards, or you can give your opponent a tap fish and just get rid of something on their side, and that's kind of cool too, I guess. So this should give us a couple of different options of what to do with this if we want to save a creature. Direport Mage, pretty sweet. If we have a card in our battlefield, we can go ahead and draw a card. Actually, technically, if it leaves the battlefield, but our stuff that leaves will come back. But we get to draw a card, which is super sweet. We can also return another creature to our owner's hand, which means that we could actually bounce some stuff that we want to reset, and there will be a few of those. We're going to have a couple of No More Lies. Guardians of Girapor is another way that we can blink stuff here. It's also a 3/3 flyer, which is super nice. Temporary Lockdown for obvious reasons. And Kitesail Larcenist. This is one that actually isn't bad to reset, because sometimes you get rid of a problematic card, something else better comes out later, you go ahead and swap it up, super nice. Obuelo's also another card that lets us blink. This is the first deck I've had where this card actually works, and this is actually pretty cool, because you can just keep blinking the same thing over and over if you want. You can save something because it doesn't come back until the end of turn, so if your opponent tries to sweep the board, that's pretty cool. It does say another target creature, so you can't really target itself, but otherwise, pretty cool. Biza, obviously, you see this on a lot of decks. 4/5 for 4, gives you a bunch of value. This is probably the best card in the deck to blink if we can. Twining Twins, we played this in a previous blink deck, and this is just perfect. It's a 4/4 flyer, it has ward, it also can blink something at its speed. Like, nothing to complain about on this card at all. Steel Seraph, this is one we can play small as a 3/3 and then blink it and get a 5/4. And usually if this sticks for like 2 or 3 turns, 2 turns really, even against mono red, that's going to be enough with all the life link to put the game away. And then a lesser card, Combat Thresher. It's not insane, but it is a double striker, and it does let you draw a card. So, you know, if we're blinking this every turn, we at least get a card, if nothing else. It should make the cut too. So yeah, lots of cool stuff we're doing with this list. Haven't played it at all, so y'all get to see the first games I play with this, and we'll see how it goes. But at the end of the video, if you do like it and you want to download it, I'll have a link in the description over to Moxfield, a channel sponsor where you can download it. It'll be the link that has the blue arrows and the bullseye pointing right to it down in the description. For now, though, let's go see if Blinkin' Biza and our friends is a way to win Magic. Sure. This is probably okay. Yeah, we'll see how this first practice game goes, and then we'll make a decision after that. Rot Caller. Yeah. Alright, sure, you got it. Alright, Larcenist, sure. I mean, they do get more mana here, so they can just kill our Larcenist. But my thought is, even if they get their creature back, like, we're eventually able to temporary lock down some stuff, so it's probably not like the worst thing. Yeah, they get to attack us for 1. I think I'm still willing to Larcenist again here. Even though, like, this is probably like a rat deck, I'm thinking. But if they don't have any cheap rats to play here, I may not be getting much more value out of temporary lockdown anyway. They're going to kill Larcenist again, which is fine. And then they'll attack us for 1 once again. I mean, that kind of worked out, getting them to spend all their kill spells to kill those guys. Like, I don't hate it. And now we have No More Lies. But at some point, we got to get something of significant value, you know? I'm going to go ahead and let them have that against my better judgment. I mean, it was pretty obvious they were going to call Rat. Playing this really with nothing to blink, but just trying to advance the game a little bit. Yeah, don't like that. Oh, jeez. Come on, deck. We have plenty of things that are worth casting here. What are we doing? I don't hate that. If that's what their turns are coming down to, like, we could live with that. Hey, oh, yeah, we have 6. Perfect. I mean, they've used 2 Bitter Triumphs already. So if they have Go for the Throats, they can't even kill this. Which is fine. Wow, they didn't have any rats on top. That's crazy. Completely unexpected. Don't really want to blink that dude, because that's bad news for us. Huh. Let's give this... I mean, I guess if I just give this lifelink, right? It won't even really matter. Alright, opponent goes to 6. I feel like I should just straight up play this. I don't know why. I mean, I don't know. Maybe I do this. Yeah, alright. This leaves up mana to be able to use the Twining Twins. Don't know if I really need to, but it's whatever. They have a Go for the Throat for our Guardian. Yep, makes sense. So we potentially would have lost the Twining Twins anyway. The following turn. Even with Ward 1. I mean, they attack. We're obviously not blocking here. We're at 23. We don't care that much for 1 toxic counter. Sweet. Alright, so we'll take a handful of toxic things, I guess. Alright, I'll blink one of them. Oh, it has to be non-token? Boo. Alright. And then we'll block one of these. Yeah, I mean, they get to put some rats in their hand, but it's late enough in the game, I don't think it matters that much here. Let's just go play this, get rid of a bunch of rats. We'll play this. Give this lifelink. And now they effectively have to have 2 kill cards here, or a board sweeper. Or else it just doesn't matter. We're at 22, no toxic counters on us. We don't have to block anything. Yeah, that's not going to matter. Sure, no blocks. I mean, I guess I could have blocked and traded for 1 since they were tapped out, but it doesn't matter. Alright, this seems reasonable, right? I mean, I say that with all the confidence of none, but, you know, we'll see where this goes. Deep Cavern Bats. I don't even know if this deck can beat Deep Cavern Bats, honestly. But who knows? Maybe this is just some other bats in general. Like, I don't know. Let's pass the turn here. Maybe we can give them the fish and just get rid of a thing. With Zorline, I might be willing to do that, actually. Yeah, you can have a fish. Like, that just makes sense. Have the fish. Alright, play this as a 3/3. It at least flies, so they'll have to waste a removal on it this turn. Or they don't. That's fine, too. Okay, so... go ahead and play this. Get an island. play this. Give this vigilance. Attack. End the turn. Yawgmoth. Oh, Gix. Yawgmoth's Predator. Yeah. Wait, I couldn't do anything. Well, that's random. Thought there was something at the beginning of combat that I should have been able to respond before they could declare attackers. I might have clicked through the step, though. This is interesting. Yeah. How do you want to go about this? It's only going to give me 6 lands next turn. Give this vigilance, attack. Go ahead and play this guy. I mean, I definitely would have blocked Gix there. I was like, sure, bring it. Alright, another Preacher, fair enough. Alright, not the card I was particularly looking for, but it'll do, I guess. Nothing from our side, get rid of that. Go ahead and play this Knucklehead so we can draw a card. Neat. Vigilance again. Actually, oh, I could have done lifelink that time because I have. To be fair, they might kill the Larcenist next turn, so they can attack with the other dude. That would make sense. Yeah, so I'm thinking they're going to want to kill the Larcenist here, so that they could still attack us with the Preacher. I mean, otherwise... Wow, are we just sweeping the board here, opponent? I mean, like, I get it. Just get your attack in, get what you can get. Oh, it looks like they're not. Alright. Oh, Aclazotz. Well, I guess I have something else to get rid of. I was going to blink my own Duder, but other plans. Okay, well, you can have another tap fish, I guess. And we will attack, giving this vigilance. And I'll attack. I feel like we're kind of in cruise control at this point. We have a counter back up. Opponent eventually has to block on one of the next 2 turns. If we can get the temporary lockdown back, then we just get rid of all the tokens. If we could blink the Thresher, we get 2 cards, because we get 1 off the Dowerport Mage. Yeah, that just dies, I guess. I don't know. I don't really care that much. Actually, I might as well stop the life linkers. Alright. You get to draw some cards. I mean, depending on what they play here, like after they lose their life to this, then we could possibly just copy like our Steel Seraph. And that would be good enough. Yeah, we may not even need to counter anything. Yeah, that just dies. Sure. Like, it's not really relevant to our plans. Uh, Alright, I guess I'm gonna try. Oh, actually, you know what else I could do? I could copy the Larcenist. Get rid of that thing altogether. Nah, but then I'm giving him mana too, which... Yeah, just do this. This is fine. Don't overthink it. I mean, if they had the kill spell, they had the kill spell. We were going to be in trouble either way. Oh, they just had to go for the throat. Oh, this is cute. I'm going to keep this, but don't have high hopes for this hand. I really wish we were on the play. I'd feel at least a little bit better. Yep, you got it. I don't even know what I'm going to do if this is a discard deck. So I imagine... I don't know. We'll see. Picked up another Parting Gust, but I don't have anything great to blink at this point. This is probably Liliana turn. No, it's a Stalker. So we have to choose and get rid. So it is a discard deck, just going about it in a very slow way. Alright, I'm just going to pass here. Give myself the option to save something. I can counter something like that, for example. I mean, I take 2 because that has Menace. And then if I'm going to dedicate to it, might as well do this. This doesn't say other creatures, right? It just says when one... Oh, it does say one or more other creatures. Gosh, dang it. Well, we don't get anything for that. Well, I guess I could have attacked first, but such is life. Another Liliana? Aclazotz. Alright, well, somebody's getting a fish. I'm going to tell you that right now. That would have been cool. Sucks to not have that. Being able to hit that with the Parting Gust would have been great. Yes, we will double block opponent, in case you're wondering. Why is this attack? Alright, I'm your Huckleberry. I don't know what happens here, other than this creature dying, but... Alright. 100% confused. Like, don't even know why that was a thing, but I will accept it. You can have a tap fish. We want to get rid of an Aclazotz. And we will just attack here. End the turn. Bandit's Talent. Alright. Let's at least try to use it. Because I'm going to lose it otherwise, right? If they just kill the Guardian, they kill the Guardian. Whatever. Alright, so I at least get a card. So that's good. I don't lose anything to the Bandit. Oh, not true. I lose a thing I just drew. Duh. Yeah, that's fine. Fortunately, in a weird way, it was the same card, so... Alright, they're going to level it up, so we take some extra damage. Obviously, want to leave some land so they can hit our Restless Anchorage. Alright, get back a 3/3. I mean, we can blink something, but it doesn't really matter. Alright, take some damage. That's probably not worth worrying about here. So I say we just attack. I mean, we're not in a great position, even though it looks like we're real far ahead. Like, this is not spectacular. But we're just kind of doing what we can here. Another Aclazot. Okay, that's actually not that bad, considering we have a Kite Cell Larcenist. Sure, we take some damage. We have a land. Larcenist to get that out of the way. And then we attack these. Now, if we would have had 4 mana, we could leave up the ability to bounce the Twining Twins to our hand and then protect something, which is kind of slick. Alright, they gotta have a sweeper here, effectively. Alright, cool. We got there. Yeah, I did make a small mistake earlier, but ended up not greatly mattering. It still ended up as the same. But yeah, discard decks are still out there. Still can be tough. Ooh, alright. We'll keep this. This is serviceable. I'm not mad at this hand. I mean, we gotta survive to turn 3 to be able to get any of these off. But in the meantime, this is okay. Get a little bit of help if we pick up like a No More Lies or something. Okay. Oh man. Temporary lockdown might actually get to do some work this game. Bandit's talent. Alright. Well, there's going to be a lot of things we can get rid of. Let's... Well, I guess against if this is going to be mono black, we only need 1 lockdown, right? If they end up emptying their hand. Let's go ahead and get this into play so we can't mess up not having double white down the road. Play something else that costs 1 or 2, so our lockdown's really nice. Nothing else cheap? Okay, so it's a handful of kill spells, then, is what I'm going to assume. Rightly or wrongly. That's what my assumption is here. Corpses of the Lost. Sure. You got it, friend. Let's see how I want to do this. Because eventually having this be a big 5/4 is kind of nice. Was not expecting to see Corpses of the Lost, though. I guess I'm going to go with this. Like... They obviously can just kill this and then still attack with their 3/2. Hex Mage, alright. And another Hex Mage to put the counter on the other Hex Mage. Alright. Okay, that didn't go nearly as badly as that could have gone. So that's good. Trying to figure out what those other cards are in their hand, though. Yeah, I'm just gonna pass. We're not the beatdown here. I'd rather sit, potentially block, maybe counter something if we need to. Also have a land to block with in a pinch, if we feel it's necessary. Souls of the Lost. I see what you did there. What's in the grave for each permanent? But there's nothing in the graveyard currently. So part of me is like, how much do I care? You know, like I'm just like, sure. This opponent's deck is really weird. I'm going to go ahead and counter it anyway. Like, don't get me wrong, I don't feel fantastic about that, but it's fine, I guess. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna take 6. And then we'll play this at full size. If I give this lifelink, I'm going to take 9 after they cast that. I can block 1. So I take 6, go to 3. Right? Unless they also kill the Steel Seraph and then I just die. It's going to take 3, 6, 9. I'll be at 10. Alright. I mean, a little risky. But it's fine. I could have gotten away playing 2 creatures. You know, would have been just as good. Because I could have played... You know what? Actually, that is a little bit of a mistake. I should have played Steel Seraph and then played Guardian. Because I could have played Steel Seraph, given this lifelink or Vigilance, whatever. And then Guardian and still have a 5/4 at the end of turn alongside a 3/3. I didn't actually have to play that for the full 6 mana. That's definitely a mistake on my part. Only benefit is if these live, it allows me to get an extra life along the or an extra card along the way next turn. But that's really it. I've been running into a lot of black-based decks on the ladder too. I don't know about y'all, but for as much as people worry about red decks, I'm seeing a bunch of blacks, whatever, like mono black, black white, black red, a lot of Golgari. Rot Priest. Well, that's a little bit of a problem. I guess I could blink the Larcenist to kill that. So I'm just gonna gamble and lose 4. And then do this. I'm going to go ahead and attack, then blink my Larcenist, I think, is going to be the plan here. So let's give this lifelink. Blink this. Play that tapped. Larcenist comes back. We target nothing on our side. We target that. Alright. And now something crazy happens, like they sweep the board or whatever, right? Nope, an Aclazotz. Do we care about Aclazotz? 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Nope, because we can just copy our token, or copy our Kite Sail Larcenist. 0 on our side, get rid of that guy. Activate this thing. Yep, that'll do it. I've been saying this for a minute, and I don't want to sound like a hater, because I actually have built a couple of decks with the Viper. Viper is high ceiling, but also very low floor, right? Like, I've had so many times where against Viper, I just had like one removal card, got rid of it. I've had stuff like the Frog that just tapped it down and didn't do anything. In this case, just basically blinked it out and just it ended up not doing anything. There's so many situations where sacrificing stuff to play the Viper could backfire. It's not worth just running out a lot of the times unless you've cleared the way for it. But I see a lot of people, even in our Discord, which by the way, there's a link to the Discord in the description if you want to join, it's free. Like, a lot of people working on decks with Viper and they just don't end up working out. Like, Viper can be part of a plan, but I don't think it should be the plan. I do think, though, in the opponent's deck, it does have some value since they're playing, like, Hex Mages and stuff, and it allows you to get rid of those rolls to be able to play the Viper. I think that's a neat way to use it. Also, using the Corpses of the Lost, so you can get something in the graveyard, return that back to your hand. So, at least in the way they're playing it, they do have some uses to make it cheaper to cast, and you're not really losing a ton of value if it goes away. But just saying, I think it was like the hype card of the moment. And if you notice, a bunch of the top decks right now aren't riding with the Viper. And there's probably a reason for that. Hey, we get to go first, sure. Don't have double white for Lockdown, but we do at least have a Larcenist in the short term, so that's pretty good. Don't hate that. Let's go with this. All right, no cut downs. Good, good, good. This means there's probably... Oh, I was going to say... Oh, Verger Persistence. Okay, not what I thought at all. Thought it was going to be a bat, because it's almost always a bat. Alright, pass the turn. Lunar Conviction. Am I going to have to waste this? I feel like I am, and that makes me sad. This is like, I don't really want to do the thing, but I feel like I kind of have to do the thing. So, alright. I can't really tell if this is bats or just a control deck that happens to also be playing the Lunar Convocation, because actually viable.
Those who get in my way tend. We all have things.
Sure, I guess. Alright, well, this is going to do a whole lot of nothing, isn't it? I mean, obviously you just kill it.
Off you go.
Calm ball, sure. I mean, we need something. We needed creature lands or something here, really. I mean, I don't know why I feel like they're just going to play another Liliana here, but... Oh, Teysa, that's actually worse. Yep. You got it. A little bit late. Yeah, this one I think we're just too far behind. We didn't draw enough real cards, unfortunately. Best thing here would be a top deck Biza, and that'd be just to, like, get us back in the game. I don't even know if it would help us break through. Yep, you got it. Okay, down to 11. Down to 10. There is the Biza. I'm wondering if it's too late, though. Why are you wanting to tap that? Oh, because you don't want me to take damage. I'm willing to take damage since I'm going to gain some life here, deck. I'd rather have as much mana available as possible for whatever I potentially draw here. Like, obviously, Biza's dead. Like, we're not fooling ourselves. But we do get some tokens. We get some cards. We get some life. Alright, well, we're dead. like, no need to even finish. We're not coming back from that. And yes, people say, why don't you play on from those positions? Like, here's the thing. Like, we turn this into a 2-3, right? We could possibly block something. The opponent has 4 cards, 5 cards. There's no way at least one of them is not a removal spell since they've only really played a cut down and a Bitter Triumph along the way. But regardless, like, I block something, I chump block a couple of tokens. Still going to take 4 plus. I'm at 8. They've got a whole loaded hand. They're going to have 2 more cards. The odds of us coming back are so low that at this point, we're already been running to the later part of the video. Even if the game went on, I probably wouldn't get to use it for footage because it would have to be like a 20-minute game or whatever at this point for me to come back. It's probably just not happening. And I'm okay with it. The deck's performed very well so far. If we lose a game, we lose a game. On to the next one. Okie dokie. Really can't play anything till turn 3, but, you know, we'll see how it goes. Heartfire Hero. Alright, we're going to need some help here, deck. Quite a lot of help. My guess is something in the variety of Temporary Lockdown. Or maybe some white lands that don't deal damage to us. That'd be a good start. You know? I could at least live with that. That would be nice. All right. So if it comes back, at least it's just a 2/2. Pretty sure they can kill our Larcenist, though. Oh, no, they're just getting rid of it for mana. All right, cool. Well, that solved one problem completely. Just to lightning strike the Larcenist? Wait, I don't... Hold on. They had 3 mana. They could have just killed the Larcenist and attacked us with the 1... Maybe they thought if it died, they were going to hit us for 2 damage or something. It's a little weird, though. I'm not going to lie. I don't get anything here but 4 life, but that's fine. It's 4/5 and 4 life. Okay, that's an answer. Let's go with this. Pass the turn. And then if they try to, like, shock it or something, then we can blink it, have a big thing, and draw an extra card. Ain't gonna lie, it's a little suspicious. I'm gonna hold on that for a second. Let's try to attack. All right, I feel like there's something going on. Let's see what's up. Play the Guardian. Guardian's gonna target the Thresher. Thresher does successfully blink. Oh, interesting. All right, well, I obviously don't know what's going on right now. Another Thresher, sure. I mean, I don't feel bad. We're at 18 life against mono red here with them having 3 cards. I mean, we're in great shape. Plus the Twining Twins can blink some stuff, so I don't feel too bad here. Gonna go ahead and attack. Go ahead and blink that. Okay. And I'll go ahead and just play this. I mean, if they have some kind of weird sweeper, our hand's loaded anyway. Get a card. All right, I think we're in pretty good shape. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, so full transparency, I ended up conceding like 3 games in a row just to look for some non-black, actually non-black-white deck. I got paired with so many of those today. And no, it's not like a pairing thing. There's just a lot of them on the ladder. No matter what deck I'm testing or whatever, there's a lot of black base decks, lots of black-white, lots of Golgari, lots of mono-black discard. It's just everywhere right now. But I was trying to find a red deck or a mono-red base deck so that way I could show that, like, oh, this actually has game against that. So I'm glad we found one for that last game. Just putting that out there so y'all know that, like, there's a lot of black base decks out there right now. That being said, this is probably, like, I mean, it's slightly better than 50% against those decks just because you can save your own creatures that they're trying to target. You do have a few counters, which is nice. Like Kite Sail Larcenist, you saw that do some work. Also, the ability to just get rid of stuff with Parting Gusts is also very good. Giving them the 1/1 fish doesn't really hurt you very much, so that's actually more than fine. Dowerport Mage doesn't do a lot, and there were a couple times during the video I probably could have used it more than I did, but I wouldn't necessarily cut it, because just that extra card, even having an early 1/3, making them use some removal or whatever, is actually fine. It protects some of the other stuff, and you do need a few early plays, because there aren't that many. A lot of the deck really revolves around turn 3, right? Whether we're using a lockdown, getting an Larcenist, trying to just do something to set up a Biza, stuff like that. But overall, all the cards worked. All the cards did what they wanted. I'm still not a huge fan of the Combat Thresher. I think in a lot of cases, I might just want a 4th Steel Seraph. especially against the mono red type decks. I mean, honestly, just having more flyers against a lot of decks is good enough. A 5-power creature. Like, there's just a lot that this is good against. So I think I'm willing to cut a Thresher. Though, don't get me wrong, a card is a card, and if you're blinking the Thresher, you are getting extra cards. So that's not nothing, especially if you do get an Abuelo down and you want to use that to blink. Because that last game, had the game went on, I was going to play Abuelo and then just start being able to get basically infinite cards off a Thresher, which would have been cool. So there's options there. I think, a bigger fan personally of the Steel Seraph, but I don't think there's anything wrong with the Combat Thresher. I just want a larger creature with more abilities, and I think the life gain comes in handy against more decks than not. And a lot of people still enjoy playing bats. Just getting some big blockers in front of the bats that happens to be an artifact is good enough sometimes. But yeah, overall, the deck was pretty sweet. All the cards did we wanted to. I got to use all parts of 3 Steps Ahead. I thought was really nice. Even copying our things is great because we have stuff that blinks things or whatever, so that was cool. Guardian, I misplayed it on at least one game, but still worked out really well. Obviously, Lockdown was good. So yeah, overall, this was just a sweet deck if you like blinking stuff. But the list we're going to put up is 3 Steps Ahead, 3 Parting Gust, 4 Dowerport Mage, 2 No More Lies, 3 Guardian Girapur, 4 Temporary Lockdown, 3 Kitesail Larcenist, 2 Abuelo, 2 Biza, 3 Twining Twins, 4 Steel Seraph, 2 Combat Thresher, 8 Plains, 7 Islands, 4 Attica Waste, 4 Restless Anchorage, and 2 Fabled Passage. But yeah, if you're looking for other wild decks, especially if you play a lot in a play queue, I put up a really cool Simic list that was based around food and plays a lot different than other decks you've seen, so you may want to check that out. That's all I have for you for now. We'll see you next time.